Yo, welcome to the gag order. We here. 4th of July edition.
Yes.
Ooh,
Hear what we came
Lord.
for. Gag order.
Independence. What
Oh,
that mean to
there they go.
you? What's independence
For
mean to
real.
you?
For
You know what I
real.
mean?
For real though.
Independence Day, right? That's what this is all.
I keep missing it.
What Will Smith at? That nigga probably
Don't
talking
say
to
that. Where
you.
the aliens at then? Where the aliens
Yeah, where the aliens at, right? Where the aliens at? Let's get them niggas here. They
All
got
right,
something to
host,
say.
hostess with the mostest. What you got to say?
What I gotta say?
Nothing.
Happy 4th of July, everybody, to everybody
Mr.
out there.
Arlie
Have a nice
Major.
time. Be safe. Party responsibly. And come up tomorrow without finding yourself in jail. You hear me?
For
Don't take
real.
no Xanax, y'all. Xanax,
For real.
you go to jail pills.
For real.
All right.
Oh,
So our
um,
fourth member seems to be having a
it's
little technical
red
difficulties right
flare
now. I'm gonna give him a couple minutes to come
and
on in. It's
burn.
almost 9:30. At
What
9:30, I'm gonna go ahead and start this rap.
the thing in
Yeah. Oh, that's what's up. I keep
gave
missing the little
through
ones behind me.
the
I
There's
know,
something down
right? Go
on them.
ahead, go ahead. Sing the anthem. Sing the anthem, T. You like to sing anyway online.
hell.
Come on.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Say, don't run away now, nigga. I know you. I will tell people that I know you.
Can you see?
Hey, no
It's
Fair
show
gonna
love.
inside.
Hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
Gag order.
It's going
Yeah.
in for the fact, you know what I mean? 4th of July edition.
all right.
Riding around
Happy
in a drop
holidays.
top. Look at that big boy right there. I see you. I see you. Stunting on him right now.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Oh, I wish I could
Yes,
move further away
sir.
from the fucking
The
crib without
bumper
losing the
thing
Wi-Fi.
and
Cause right behind this tree is some
through
ill ass
to the
fireworks. I'm trying to
Ah.
show
flag
y'all.
still there. Gonna stay.
Hold on, let me see.
No,
Let me see
and
if I can reach over this.
yeah.
Hold on. Oh, they done
For
now.
the
Watch, they done
land
now. That be my luck.
of
You know,
freedom
Jinx.
and the home
Shit.
of God.
They really done? I know they not done.
Pray.
Get it.
They won't let me shoot my
You
gun,
ready?
so we gotta settle for
You
this.
don't need to. You don't need to. You don't
I
need
don't
to.
shoot in the air. I shoot at the ground. I know the things that go up must come down.
Listen, listen. It don't matter. It don't matter.
It's
Like
safe. You shoot in
unless
the
it's a
soft. Listen,
unless it's a
I'm a
target,
professional.
it's not needed. Unless it's a target, it's not needed.
It is a target, the earth. That way nobody gets hurt.
Why you listen? Mother Earth ain't do shit to you. Leave that bitch alone.
Listen, I'm just fucking around. I don't waste bullets like that. They cost
I
money. My bullets is too expensive.
I hear that.
My bullets
I hear
cost more
that.
than $1 a piece. So,
Hey,
Here we
hey.
go. Hold on.
yo, we gotta get right.
Hello, this is Ali Major. Welcome to the gag order. I would like to say good evening and welcome to our show. To kick off, I would like to take a moment to represent the people who believed in me. This show is sponsored by Seven Sun Entertainment. Find them for your next big project.
Hey, it's over.
In order to find for us as individuals to gain a clear understanding of how people view topics that can be easily misunderstood, we have to talk about it. So let's get into this. Last week, we started with the word crime. So to dig deeper into this topic, we all agreed that crime is any offense that is done against will or by force. So I have a question. Do you guys think or feel like any crimes are unforgivable, and why?
Absolutely.
Um,
Anything violate. violating somebody's
I mean,
body.
true.
That's
Violating
unforgivable.
somebody's body. Unforgivable. Unforgivable.
Okay. Why? Why do you say that, Jinx?
Because it literally changes the entire course of that human being's life for the rest of their life. You have no right as a human
Agreed.
being to do something to someone else that will alter the entire course of their fucking life. Never. That's not okay. Ever.
Absolutely. I
Unforgivable.
agree
Wholeheartedly
100%.
agree.
T,
Completely
let me get your
compatible.
insight a little bit.
So you said unforgivable, right?
Yes.
Unforgivable, yeah, I agree wholeheartedly with what Jake said. But also add to that pedophilia, you know what I'm saying? Little boys are little girls, you know what I'm saying? It still changes the course of their whole entire life, but you didn't even give them a chance, bro. Like, they innocent, they don't know no better, man. Like, they can't protect themselves. Like, that's unforgivable. Listen, fuck slitting the throat, cut that nigga's head off, nigga. Fuck
Absolutely,
all that
I
shit.
agree 100%. That's one unforgivable crime that I think that people are sick in the head with. But anyways, Tony, let me get your insight because this is a serious topic.
I mean, that'll be the only one I see that's unforgivable. And then, I mean, killing somebody for nothing, that's stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
That shouldn't be forgiven because now you just scarred a family for the rest of their life for nothing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think senseless crimes.
Sister.
I think senseless crimes and molestation, tree jumping, all of that right there. I think those are crimes that are unforgivable. I think those people are at a point to where something in them is off because in order to be turned on or to be excited by that, by somebody screaming, crying, or saying no to you, you have to be a very sick individual. That's what I think about that. I don't know how my people or my audience feels about that, but that's exactly how I feel about it. Do you guys feel what would you say? Would you say, T?
Let me ask you something. What the fuck is tree jumping?
Excuse me?
What is tree jumping?
Well, tree jumping is a molestation or sexual offenses. It's somebody who commits sexual offenses.
You learn something
generally man against generally boy against boy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that too. But tree jumping is a molester. Period. You know that's somebody who. Yeah.
I never heard that term before. Tony,
I know. That's why I have no problem. I have no problem with saying things that people do not know because I'll explain it to them.
I'm gonna ask questions like I'm that guy.
Absolutely, I want you to. I want you to because we're all gonna learn something. We're all gonna learn something here. That's what this is.
Encourage everybody in the audience to anytime you speak. Listen, if somebody says something you don't understand, stop them. Ask them what the fuck that means. Like, ain't no point in not. Like, what's the point?
Ali, just so you know, I ain't got access to all that.
I got you. I'm going there right now just to see if anybody said anything. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you guys: do you guys feel the laws in this country are fair?
Hell to the no.
Nah, I can't agree with that one.
So explain to me why they're not fair to people. Explain to me why they're not fair.
Because when they was written, because I'm a man of color. I don't like to bring that into it, but I mean it's the fact of our country. I'm a man of color. When those laws was written, they was not written with a man. That's why they not fair. That's vague, but that's where it starts. I don't know. Jinx, what you got to say?
Man, the second alone is whoa. Like it's crazy. Laws and amendments that essentially just continue to hinder the growth of human beings. Like it's not geared towards helping the majority or helping mankind at all. It's geared toward putting money in their damn pockets. That's all it's about.
Now I'm gonna give you guys 3 words. I'm gonna give you guys 3 words, and I want you guys to tell me if you guys know and understand what these 3 words are. The first word is double jeopardy. The second word is withholding human rights. And the third one is safety and gun control.
You see that? 4-on-1. Welcome to Jacksonville.
Yeah, I see police in your back. I see police in your back, Tom.
They just wrote somebody on.
Yeah, that's how Jacksonville is though. That's how Jacksonville is though.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hallelujah.
But back
back to it
here,
though.
this is what I want to say. The key words that I told you were double jeopardy, withholding human rights and safety, and gun control. I feel that the laws are subjected to us and unfair. I say this because if I am to be enslaved by the 13th Amendment by the Constitution, after my servitude of justice, my rights should be restored, but they are not, which in turn hinders my growth or contribution to this country. You know, and every one of us faces double jeopardy as soon as we come out of incarceration, because
Facts, though.
you know
Facts.
they still
You
hold those
paying for
crimes
it.
against
You
us
gonna
for
keep
years
paying.
after. Yeah.
Yeah. You
Tony, have
pay
you
for
faced
years and
have you
years.
faced those?
Hell yeah, for the rest of your life.
For the rest of your life.
That's
Exactly.
right.
For the
Exactly.
rest of your
So
life.
so I must say, now
Yeah.
since it's the 4th of
Yeah,
July,
man.
I wanna ask you, what do you guys think the 4th of July means?
Hey,
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna let
celebrate
y'all.
Juneteenth. I celebrate
I think it's
Juneteenth.
just
I
another
do all
thing.
this shit on Juneteenth, but because I've been an American citizen since I was born, I'll be here on this day too. Because before I knew about Juneteenth, this is what we had. So, but as far as what this means, what it's supposed to mean, I don't think it's really that. And
Absolutely,
that's that.
it doesn't add up to what they say it's supposed to mean. But I'm
Not at
glad
all.
that you guys had a problem with answering what does July 4th mean to you, because a lot of people would have a misunderstanding of what July 4th means in 2023. It's a constitution that was signed in 1800 or in the 1800s. So I mean, let's be honest about this. Does it affect us
Does it even
today? It does
apply
affect us,
today?
but does it mean anything today? Does it? I truly think that the laws in this
It
country
don't
should
apply.
be. Yeah, I think the laws in the country should be changed. But yet and still,
Absolutely.
that's besides the point. July
And the
1st,
way
a law. What would you say, T?
I was about to say, and the only way that they got that set up is for laws to change is by this crooked ass voting system that don't work either. So, but continue.
Agreed. In
Agreed.
Florida, July 1st, a law that was voted in allowing Floridians to buy firearms without license or permit. Have you guys heard of that law? I know T probably
Yeah,
has.
man. Open carry.
Tony,
We
you've
got
heard that law
I
better
too.
guns.
just
All right.
I just recently heard.
All right. So T and Tony, what do you think this does to the streets? Does it help it, or is it a new way to invite crime?
It's a new way to invite crime,
Listen,
man. I mean, everybody got a gun, you know.
listen,
As soon as you feel a threat, you just can go to shooting. You
listen.
know what I'm saying? Like, that's
It's a
ridiculous, man.
perspective thing,
That's
in my
ridiculous.
opinion, because everybody had guns down here anyway. They already like jits have guns, baby mamas have guns down here. This is the gunshine state. So all that did was basically it gave people more access. I can't. I guess it does give people more access to guns, but it ain't much different than what it was. I had access to guns already.
All right,
So
Tony, what you about to say? I
And
want
you
to
ain't
catch
even
what Tony about to say. He about to say something.
But it's like they ain't even running no, they ain't checking no name, they ain't checking no records, they ain't checking nothing. So a killer can go get a gun just to go
yeah,
kill
that's
somebody.
true.
Absolutely.
Like,
How
it's
That's
not,
dangerous
true.
is
you know what
that?
I'm saying?
And then you
But
being a felon,
statistically,
Tony, that kind of forces you into double jeopardy. Like it kind of forces you to get it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
like I need one.
and
I have to have it. You know what I'm saying?
but
Like,
exactly good.
it
I
ain't
I
gonna
can
be
totally
no
agree
ride
with
understand.
without it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm gonna
Yeah.
do? Like, if a guy
I
look
can
at me
understand. I
crazy,
can understand that plight right there.
that's
Jinx,
crazy, man.
Connecticut has
Crazy.
boasted about crime going down, decriminalizing certain crimes, even closing prisons to show numbers have lowered. In your opinion, do you think that's true?
I mean, I firsthand ain't been out in the streets in a long time, but from what I see, from what I hear, from what's going on in the areas that I be, I just honestly, it feel like police turning their eye to all the big shit and concentrating on all the wrong shit because they feel like that's the easiest and safest bet for them.
they got a war on drugs, so the police can
Mm.
And
bother me. Say that.
Yeah, like it's crazy.
Okay.
It's crazy. Like,
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you, I was released from Connecticut in 2019. In 2019, the state of Connecticut was already closing those jails that I speak of. I am a witness to thousands of people re-entering prison in Connecticut, hundreds daily. So I think those numbers are bullshit. You understand? I truly think they're just to tell the people something that they want to hear.
yeah,
But that's enough about this bullshit, the lies from this government. Let's get on to some real shit. How do people in prison spend their day?
Whew. It depends on what it depends on what kind of people you is. It depends. Like, it all depends on who you are. Like, some
Okay,
people
well,
spend
explain the average prisoner.
the average.
Yeah, just
Stress.
the average prisoner. What do you do?
Man,
I know.
homesick.
I see a nigga like a lot of niggas lay on the bunk all day, watch TV all day.
Read and exercise. Read and exercise. That's all I
Okay.
did. Read
Okay.
and exercise.
Cards.
All right.
That's it.
Play cards.
So
play
you did
chess.
cards?
Listen to
Okay, play
music.
chess. What you do, Tony?
I wasn't in prison, so you know what I mean.
No. I mean
Oh, no.
jail period. What did you
Nah, in
do
jail period,
during your
you know.
time in jail?
Me personally, I made a lot of salat. You know what I mean? For those, that's prayer. I did a lot of prayer. I did some drawing. I played some chess, and I learned a few
Yeah, I
new
did a
card
lot of drawing
games.
too.
Card games is the shit. Like, you will learn every fucking card game on earth in jail, nigga. Everyone, nigga. Shit you ain't never fucking heard of, nigga. You will learn that shit in jail.
That's
nigga.
correct. But anyways, yeah. What you do? What you do, Tony?
Yeah, I'm a little
You
different.
probably
You know
trying
what
to
I'm
fight
saying?
folks and shit.
I just listen to music, stay
See,
away from
see. Goddamn
I
savage.
stay away from people. You know what I'm saying? I don't like
Okay.
hard lyrics.
Okay. I had two different periods. I know I was locked up for quite some time, so I had two different periods. I had a period where I was very angry, and I had a period where I was always in the shit, and then I had a period where I stayed away from people, and then they got mad that I was no longer in the shit. So then they tried to start the shit with me. You understand? So I've been on both ends, and most of my days, like I said, I read a lot. I done sold everything in prison because I learned how to cook. Like, I baked pies, I did everything. So I sold like $2 slices of apple pie, or make a pizza and $2 slices of pizza, or you know what I mean? I did a lot of shit. I had my hands in a bunch of shit. You know, so that's what I did during my prison stay.
He was gonna say, "Y'all hear me, America?"
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna say some whole.
I'm not a troublemaker at all. Anybody who knows in prison, I'm not a troublemaker at all. All I do is try to chill. I try to chill, and I accept the bullshit. So if the bullshit comes, then I just gotta deal with it. I'm not gonna back away. I'm not a bitch. I'm not a hoe. I ain't never been nothing. I've been me. You understand? So it just is what it is. What type of medical care do they give people in prison? Let me ask y'all. What type of medical care when you sign up? When you sign up to go to medical, what happens?
The worst. I'm talking everything from my teeth to, at one point I was pregnant in there. So, like, I'm telling you, the worst.
Okay, why? Tell me what they do. Tell me what did they do to you when you had a serious issue?
I didn't even have a serious issue. I just had a little cavity, and these motherfuckers pulled my whole tooth.
Okay.
And cracked it and broke it.
Ouch.
And then another time.
Ouch. Okay. So it's bad. So
Another
it's bad then
time,
too.
That's funny.
Yeah, and then another time I was pregnant, and like, I'm anemic, and I wasn't feeling good, and I was having issues, and like, they wasn't giving me my double trays like they was supposed to, and shit was crazy. And I had you laughing. I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm laughing because I know they gave you Motrins. I know they give you Motrins for everything. That's all they give is Motrins. It don't matter. You can break. You can do whatever. I don't care what kind of issue you got. A stomach virus. They gonna give you Motrin.
If you ain't got a prescription for that shit, nigga, Tylenol Motrin.
Now they'll
That's it.
give you a
Yeah.
prescription,
You
dog,
ain't
but they'll give you Motrin. I swear to God, it don't matter. They're not trying to pay high price for expensive medicine, so they're not going to give you the medical treatment that they would because their advisors are going to advise them not
Yeah.
to do it
Do the
because
minimum.
it's
Do the
causing
minimum.
the state money. So they will not do it. So they will give you Motrin and just to
Everything.
try and tide you over and say, here's some Motrins. You know what I mean? Thinking everybody's a fiend and you could sell Motrins for a super piece. You know what I'm saying? Like.
So listen. So listen.
What
So
would you say?
listen. Remember, tying this back to our last show, we
Yep.
live in a capitalist
No,
society.
I don't even know if I
And
want
the
that.
Yep.
whole point of prisons, if y'all remember my answer from last week, was a whole fucking money Ponzi scheme. It's all about
Oh
money.
yeah, we're getting into
So,
that. I got you.
of
I got you.
course,
Don't worry about it.
so to bring it back to this question, how do they do medical in jail and lockup? It's the fucking worst. Because like you said, nigga, their advisors, the people who put the money in these private prisons, are trying to make a buck. They trying to make multiple
That's
bucks,
correct.
and they can't
I'm
make
telling you, I
multiple
got
bucks
something for
if
you,
they
dog. I
giving
thought of
you
you. I remembered you from
A1
last
fucking
week,
medical.
and I got you. I got you this week. Trust me. Okay. So back on task. What consequences do prisons have for breaking the rules?
I
What have
mean,
you seen?
everything,
What kind of consequences have y'all seen?
everything from tickets to, I mean, to SAG. Like it all
Okay.
depends on what the offense is.
Okay. So I'm gonna take it, Jinx. You never been locked up outside of up north areas? Is that correct? New
Correct.
York, Connecticut, shit like that?
Correct.
All right. Well, I'm gonna explain something. I've been to Florida, and I know that they got something called a restraint chair. And inside this chair, they strap you to this chair with your arms and your legs. And every time you move, it gets tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter, and it will rip through your skin if you keep moving in that chair. So I'm gonna get back to my Floridians who've seen some crazy shit. What have you got? What happens to a prisoner when they don't obey the rules?
Man,
I mean, me personally, I have had a time where, you know what I'm saying, they handcuffed me, and like it was weird. They handcuffed me in the front. You know what I'm saying? So I still had a little room to try to defend myself against five motherfuckers. You know what
I
I'm
was
saying?
just about to say, I seen niggas get their whole
So
ass
yeah,
beat.
you will
Absolutely.
get your ass
I
Whoop
know
your ass,
Jacksonville,
nigga.
Florida will throw a tear can at one nigga, but it's hitting the whole block. So everybody getting hit with this tear can, and they don't give a
Listen.
fuck who you are or what you doing. You
None
in
of
there.
your status matters at that point.
Yeah,
nigga.
exactly.
It's
Florida, a whole different monster
You'll
getting
see my
locked up, just like
association.
Georgia. When
Listen.
you in Georgia, Georgia's a whole nother monster too. Because I've been down there, Tony too, and I was down there in the
Listen,
feds,
I
and they don't fuck around.
I thought CT was bad, and then I hit NY, and I thought that was the worst. Y'all telling me some whole other
I'm
shit.
telling you,
and
in Jersey,
crazy.
COs will
South,
let you bang out. Like COs will let you bang out with another. If you two inmates got a problem with each other, the CO will bring you. Yeah, it happens in New York. All the cities, it happens like that. But in CT, them COs is faggots. Them COs is faggots. They won't let you get it off. They won't because they don't want to do the paperwork. They don't want to do the paperwork.
Yeah,
so like one time I was in CT and I went to the CO. This Spanish nigga was fucking seriously. These gay niggas, they wanted to fight. So I went there. I was like, yo, listen, let me fuck this nigga up. I swear to God, listen. He was like, oh, no punches in the face. I'm like, what the fuck you talk about, nigga? This a fight, nigga. And then I'm like, yo, what? So he was like, I really don't want to do no paperwork. Like, okay, so you're telling me I'm going to SAG. If I do this fight right here, I'm no longer gonna be in this lovely ass level 2. I'm gonna have to go backwards down to a level 3, 4, and then you telling me you gonna fuck all my shit up. You gonna steal all my commissary. You gonna do all this shit because this bitch ass nigga wanna fight. So I backed off. Like seriously, I ain't really want to go to SAG. And there was a couple times, when you're doing good in jail, when shit's going, you might have a job in industries or something, and some bitch nigga got the nerve to come out his fucking mouth, and you got this job, yo nigga, you really trying to do good, but he coming out his fucking mouth, and it's like, yo, do I do it? Do I hit him? or do it. But then you wait for this nigga, and all he do is run his fucking mouth and let everybody hear him run his trap like he's some kind of shit. But he ain't doing nothing.
Because
That's how it
the
go.
loudest
That's
nigga
prison.
in the room is
It
the
do. It
biggest
do.
nigga in
It
the
do.
room.
All right. Well, I got another question for you.
Absolutely.
Oh, go ahead, Tony. Go ahead.
Yeah, because they always say, you go to army, be all you can be, but you go to prison, be all the fuck you
Absolutely.
want to be.
Absolutely.
That part.
You got niggas in prison
just
just trying to
like- that's just
chill,
like
get
social
through this
media.
dumbass sentence. Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
there's also motherfuckers in prison pretending to be a whole nother person than who the fuck
Man,
they
there's a
really is.
million motherfuckers like that. There's a million of them niggas.
That's exactly. Listen, exactly.
I got this, I got
It ain't got shit.
this,
It ain't got
that.
shit. And then you see them in the
got
world
shit.
and they look fucked up. It just is what it is. It
And
is what it
bummy
is.
and
That's
asking
them.
you for money and shit, nigga. Let me hold something.
And it's
Nigga,
not
what
even
other
and
shit
it's
you
not
made?
even like it's
The
not
fuck?
even like they done lost shit and had to start over, this and the third. It's
That's
like they
Nah, they
been a
just
bum
being
motherfucker
dumbass
from the
niggas.
jump.
That's right. That's right. That's
Yep.
correct. That is correct. All
Crazy.
right.
That's big
Well, I got a
fact.
question. I got another question for you. Name something you cannot get in prison.
Hey, yo, this started a whole fucking conversation earlier.
Say pussy,
Well,
I know it coming.
You can't
All
say
right,
that.
all right,
Hey,
just
I
give me
said-
yours.
listen,
Hold on,
no,
gag,
hold on.
gag,
Listen,
nigga,
I
gag,
said-
nigga. No,
listen,
no,
I
nigga.
said-
You can get pussy in prison, and I'm not talking about no boy
Yo,
pussy.
no,
I ain't talking about
listen,
nothing like that. I'm talking about staff, counselors. I'm talking about
all
women.
that,
No.
all that.
Listen,
All that. Stop playing.
when
Stop
I
playing.
said this shit,
My
yo,
homie
when
got
I
a
said
baby
this
from
shit,
a fucking from an
from a
So,
CO, right?
huh?
From a CO, right?
Yeah, from
Motherfucker
COs,
got a
yeah.
baby
From the CO.
Yeah.
Happens
Like,
all the
it's gotta
time.
be-
Nigga, if
All
you
the
got
time.
if you
Different
a
for
chill
y'all,
ass
though.
nigga
I
in
know
jail,
a
they
couple
in
of
jail
niggas.
for 18 hours with you, nigga. So you get all day to
So,
sit
Jinx,
there and talk to her, make her feel
hold
like
on,
she the
Jinx.
shit, whatever, however it go.
But hold on,
Yeah.
Jinx.
Oh.
We are niggas,
Yeah.
right? Like, this is common knowledge for niggas, right? We understand this.
Yeah.
And the female prison,
Yeah.
yo, is it rocking the same way? It's a 10%
Absolutely.
pregnancy rate
Yeah,
coming
it
out
is.
there, too?
I would love.
Absolutely.
Yo, I thought about it one time. I was like, would I be a CO at a female's prison? I thought about that. shit.
Right, like,
Absolutely.
I'm sitting here like,
You better
yo,
go get that. You better go get that.
like,
Nah,
these
that'd be
niggas,
too
these-
much.
these
Then
CO
I see the
niggas-
nasty shit, and then I'd smell, and then I mean, I don't know if I'd like that too
These
much.
CO
I see the
niggas be right
nasty shit
here,
too.
be piping these
But
chicks down.
you could peep who's good.
Yeah, I
and who's
understand.
not.
I understand, but I heard about the females' prison, and I heard that it's nastier than the guys' prison. I heard
I
that.
can imagine.
In some
Nigga, you ever been in
aspects,
a
yeah.
public women's
Yeah.
bathroom to clean it up?
Yeah.
All
I
women
heard
ain't got
that.
home training,
But
son. Like,
there
that shit's
is
horrible.
a lot of women in prison though,
Correct.
and on being on the Fed plane, it showed me something. I seen beautiful women on the Fed plane, like
flashback,
niggas really setting them up on the Fed plane. I don't know whether they did it themselves or the nigga that they was fucking with El Chapo. I don't know what the fuck, but
And
they had
listen,
some bad
them
ones
pretty
on the
bitches
plane.
committed some high collar crimes, nigga. They pretty, so
They
they
had
just
some
had to
bad
be in
ones
the
on
right
that
place
Fed plane,
at the
nigga.
right time, nigga.
That's that country
pretty bitches
club
got-
criminal shit I've been telling you about.
Right, Jinx, right. Jinx said the shit last week, nigga. Listen, them pretty bitches be in some right places at some right times, getting fucking set up with the wrong niggas and shit. That's how them pretty bitches be on them Fed planes, nigga. Yeah, they all pretty. They all goddamn pretty, nigga. They all models and shit, fucking with El Chapo and them, like you just said. El Chapo got knocked.
Alright.
His bitch
Yeah.
got
I got
knocked
something
too.
for y'all. I got something for y'all right now. Watch this. I'm gonna pull up a video for you guys. I want you to watch this.
This thing got us watching cartoons.
There's what's called the prison industrial complex. Mass incarceration has become a business, one that is booming in the U.S. The American Civil Liberties Union says mandatory minimum sentences helped create the U.S.'s bursting prisons. And on top of that, there was the Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act. This led to more mass incarceration and massive profits for the private prison industry. There are many kinds of businesses that make money, not just private prisons. You have the food services, handcuff makers, clothes services, and the ones earning from cheap prison labor, and much more. This is how one person put it. The prison industrial complex is not only a set of interest groups and institutions, It's a state of mind. The lure of big money is corrupting the nation's criminal justice system, replacing notions of safety and public service with a drive for higher profits. Number 26. These are some companies benefiting or that benefited from cheap prison labor in the U.S. McDonald's, Walmart,
Y'all
Microsoft,
see that shit?
IBM,
McDonald's,
Target,
Nike,
listen to that
they
Nintendo.
make lingerie. Honda, Starbucks, Nike, Nintendo.
They
Number
all
25.
employ
got a
Do you
inmates.
know how much
They
the prisoners
all
make?
into it.
NPR interviewed a guy that worked at Omaha Correctional Center after getting 8 to 16 years for theft
Got
and
me
forgery.
wanting to throw
He
away
was
all
paid
my J's.
$2.25 a day for a 12-hour shift. But he also said one phone call cost him $5 and a bag of
That's
chips
crazy.
also cost him $5. Number 24. For some regular prison work in some prisons, you get nothing. Just getting out of your cell is payment. Prison policy said in Florida, if you're laboring for state-owned industries, you can earn between 20 cents and 55 cents an hour. That seems to be about the going wage. Now for some more prison violence. Number 23. Not
All right. All right. So I got a question. I got a question for y'all now. So seeing that video and knowing that these companies that we shop at have done and lived and fed off prison labor, how does that make you feel?
Yeah, nah, like I'm ready to turn all my J's and my Maxes in.
You
Like
know,
Yeah, rock my
I can't
J's.
even.
I said
Damn,
rock my
nah.
J's.
Damn.
I got my J's on right now, nigga. Like, but listen. The only one that I really am mad at and didn't want to expect it from was the Michael Jordan brand. Because when I found that shit out, it hurt my feelings. I'm like, most of the niggas that's in jail rocking your shit, nigga. Like
Yeah.
this shit crazy. That's the only one that really pisses me off. The rest of them
But
niggas.
what does that say? McDonald's is in every hood. What you talking about?
Yeah, I know that. And I fuck with McDonald's. Eat that shit all the time. I know. Yeah. And
Horrible.
I'm not mad at
Death.
McDonald's
That's
because
death.
I knew it is death. But listen.
So you mad at Nike, but not mad at
I'm
McDonald's.
not mad at Nike. I'm mad at Michael Jordan.
McDonald's probably taking more of your money.
Nah, they used to. I ain't gonna lie. I used to have a little addiction. Little addiction.
One,
little slight.
the reason why I'm
But
not
listen.
mad at none of them because all of it is just a business. It's all business. You know what I'm saying? And if
Capitalist
it's something that's like really
society.
gonna pay and it's top paying, why the fuck not? You know
Tony, you
what I'm
should
saying?
have
Like,
gagged that
you gotta
nigga, bro, because I feel you should have gagged that nigga, bro, because I feel you. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for that shit, but you ain't give it to that nigga.
I just had to
Fuck
cut it
that.
I got you. I understand. I respect Michael Jordan either which way, because guess what? He a moneymaker.
It's all
I
business.
agree with Tony
It's
too.
all business.
I agree with Tony too. Like I said, when I first found out, it made me mad. But after reading books and knowing how I play the fucking game and shit, like it made sense. It's like, yeah, I put my money there too, probably. Like
I don't blame them
it's easy
companies.
money.
I blame
I
the
get
state.
it. Money.
I blame the state. I blame the states. They're the ones who set the wage, the working wage. They're the ones who handle the working wage. So I blame the government and the states that the prison is in that you're in. Straight up.
The real gangsters.
You know what I'm saying? They're the real
Are they
gangsters.
saying that the wage is the wage the same in every prison? Like everybody get like 50 cents?
Yeah, the
22 cents, shit like that?
nation pretty much has an average. I started in prison industries at 25 cents an hour. And that's prison industries. There's people like hallway workers who only make 75 cents a day.
You ain't getting paid.
Yep, that's right. So in 2 weeks, if you add up 75 cents a day, it's probably going to be around $28, which will get you some commissary, but you won't be able to get shit because you got to get soap and food and whatever else you need.
That's got to be like worse than the sharecropping days, right? Like when they left slavery alone, they went to sharecropping, right?
That is slavery. The 13th Amendment says that the only way that they can enslave a person. All right.
That's my point that I'm making. Like that shit crazy because it's like, why even pay you, nigga? Like what? Like keep it Like that shit
Nigga, that's what I'm
crazy, nigga.
saying.
Because why they have to pay you, I think there's something inside the state legislative
That's one
that
of them
says
fucking
that you
laws,
have
right?
to for any kind of work, even under slavitude. I think that they have to give you some kind of payment.
Because of the
Nigga, in
Constitution, it's
Florida,
gotta
Even
be.
slaves
is
back in the days who used to pick cotton, they used to do that shit and bring the money that
Sharecropping.
they paid them for the cotton back to the family. I mean, that's how they used to pay the
Yeah,
the owner
that's
of the
sharecropping.
plantation
That's what
for
I'm
the
saying.
food that the family ate. So yeah.
So we still
Florida.
sharecropping. It's just with the presidents, basically.
Come on, listen, the world has not changed. Even in BC, listen, they had people who changed money over. They had all of these things set in place. Civilization has
That's
not
a good
the
question.
civilization that they have set has not quite changed. The technology we have has changed. The rules that we make have changed, yes. But as far as civilization itself, it's pretty much going on the same course.
So we got a question from Key. Key said,
I agree.
do they tax the wages?
Yes, they do. They do tax your wages in prison. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
So that 25 cents you was making was taxed how much?
Yes, at the end of your
7%?
2 weeks. At the end of your 2 weeks, they do tax. Yes, they don't tell you that, but yes, they do, because you can apply for taxes after that. And I know in prison industries, I know definitely they tax you.
Okay.
Same thing with commissary. I think they tax and everything.
So
Yeah,
inmates
but look,
can file
think they
taxes.
tax-
Jinx, they
I don't
don't
think
tell
they
they
tax
don't tell
commissary.
us that they tax it, but I guarantee you, if you they gave me. Yeah, they
Oh,
gave
but
me
they
a
tax
stub.
it
They
in
gave me a
stuff,
stub.
right?
They
Yeah,
used to give like
yeah.
yearly stubs of income tax, like stubs of how much. I remember getting stubs of how
Yeah.
much taxes they took from my pay. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
That
that.
was your earning, yeah. But I don't think it affected
Okay,
your
all right.
commissary.
I
think that
can't
was different.
remember as of now. It's been a long time since I had a commissary job, but before I left, I did. I got fired from it. I fucked up, but yeah. I was in industries. Though.
Hey, yo, so
I was getting all my tattoo shit. All these tattoos came the alcohol and all that shit right there came from prison industries. That's how I was getting it back, and all that shit came from prison industries.
So listen, you was
That was
getting this
what's up,
back from what?
Yes,
Like you said some shit that kind of made me question.
What do you got to ask?
So you like they taxing your wages, right? You're
Yes.
working in industries or whatever the fuck you said, right? So they
Yes.
taxing your wages, right? But you still like that. You don't make enough to file taxes, still, right? Like you have to make.
No, you do not make enough to file taxes, but believe you me, the state's still gonna get theirs. They still
They
gonna get
find a way to
theirs,
take their
and
money from
that's
you.
without a
Yeah.
doubt.
So listen, that goes back to my whole they tax you
Absolutely.
fucking thing, yo. Like, listen, you know how much tax niggas, boy? That's a whole
The
nother
point of the matter is to get the
Yeah.
prisoners to pay for their incarceration. That's the point of the matter.
But
The more they can
I
get
feel
you to
like
pay,
they're overdoing it though. Like they remember.
do they care? They're robbing your families too. They rob your mother,
listen.
your sister, whoever sends you money. They robbing them.
Niggas mamas used to put the house
Absolutely.
up to get niggas out.
If they put you on, if you put them on your call list, they robbing them.
Absolutely. You know how much money I've
Just phone
spent
calls,
on
man.
phone calls and
Phone calls
commissary
alone,
in my
man.
lifetime.
Yo, I was maxing
Is
out
you
phone
fucking
calls for
kidding
months
me?
and years in there, man. Like
What?
seriously, it's
Oh my
cash, man.
God.
Please.
On the inside and on the outside.
It's
I can't
crazy how
even
you tax.
tell you how much
Like,
I've spent.
That's a
It's
whole
crazy.
Yo, I
nother
even
topic
one
for
time
us,
I was
though,
paying
like,
a
that
dude
tax
for his
shit
PIN
serious.
number so I could call more times than I could.
That
Yeah,
happens more than
absolutely.
not.
And you know how much
I know,
more that
I know.
you know how much
I know.
you know how much more
Trust
that,
me.
that end up
Trust me.
costing a
Trust
jail
me. I
wife?
know.
Is you
I'm going
crazy?
through it. I know. There was somebody who stood right there with me, and she had to go through that shit and pay that shit, and she was tortured by the states just like I was tortured by the states, and I feel it.
I still got people calling me from inside the bank, so I know about that. Boy, listen, that's the most money a nigga ever spend in a month, a week, a year, anytime, nigga. Like when you got family that's behind them walls, and the only thing they got to depend on is hearing voices from the outside of them walls, that money right there, that's a lot of
Yeah.
money right there.
That's what I mean.
That's a
It's
lot of money.
robbery. Either which
Pardon
way,
me, y'all.
it's all about a money scheme. It's all about pain and suffering, and they're trying to make you suffer. And even after you come out, they still stick you with suffering.
I mean,
So this is
it's about trying to. The system is designed to keep motherfuckers down. It ain't about no rehabilitation.
I
It ain't
feel
about no
that.
correctional nothing. It's about keeping a motherfucker down because all it's doing is essentially making it almost impossible for them to live a normal life
I mean,
regardless. And it just makes that struggle for them to even if those that really truly want to transition to a better life, it makes it that much more difficult
look
for
at the
absolutely.
them.
whole cycle too. Like, think about it. Okay, dude, they never did nothing, right? He get locked up for something petty. Now he locked up. Now he got something on his record. Now, like y'all said earlier, he can't get that job or that right there. And then they put you on these papers. They put you on
Exactly.
papers for X amount of time, saying if you violate any of these rules, additional to regular life rules, then you got to come back and finish where you stopped off at. Boom. And now you go back in there and then you might come back
Yeah.
out with more shit on your rap sheet that makes you even less worthy and likely of getting right jobs and the right credit and the right this or the right that, forcing you into a
Yeah.
poverty situation, forcing you to be in this
Yeah.
vicious cycle of doing things that this good kid that started out with no record, shit, now he in the game. He doing it all. He's selling dope. He got guns.
Absolutely. That's
You know what I'm
how it
saying?
happens. That's
He
how it
got
happens. And they
tattoos on
dig
his
you deeper,
face.
deeper and deeper. That's why your crimes get worse as you go along, because you got nothing else to go for. So you keep doing more and more shit. That's how they get you.
It's a vicious cycle.
And not just that, but you got some simple-minded folks that got locked up for some dumb shit, and then you go and get locked up, and yo, Shelly is some fucking mastermind, and he done put you onto some shit. You coming
Yeah,
home
that's a
a
big
beast.
problem with prison. Like
Like,
people going in there for one
That's
crime
not a
and then
problem.
learning
That's
about
not
a million
always a
others.
problem, though.
yeah.
That's not always a problem. Like, look at the niggas who went in
See,
and sat next to that.
But
That's a
that's a
problem in
common.
crime. That's a
It
problem
might
in
not
crime,
always
dog.
be the problem. It might not always be a problem, but it's a
It
common
is,
situation.
and it can be a
It's a
good
common
situation. I
situation.
mean, look at the niggas who went in and sat next to
Dang it.
that genius nigga who taught them about stocks. That nigga came out and is teaching niggas about stocks now. You know what I'm saying? This nigga learned
Yeah.
how to make
I
money.
mean, there's a few good situations that there is very few good situations that come out of a person being
Very few,
incarcerated.
very
Very
few.
few. Period.
But if you're
Absolutely.
open to it, you can learn some shit.
All right.
Not just card
Do you
games,
guys
nigga.
think long-term
Absolutely.
incarceration robs a person of their human potential in society? Do you guys think that?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I kind of
Yeah.
It's called being
listen.
institutionalized.
I
Okay.
kind of have to disagree
Yes.
because
Gag them then, nigga. Say
because
something.
gag,
I
whatever. Listen,
disagree, bro.
no, because listen, this is what I mean, right? When I say I kind of disagree, it's a big kind of there, right? But I'm saying that because I watch.
Go ahead. Expand on your
Listen, y'all
big.
gonna feel me too. Listen,
Yeah,
I
explain.
watch the host of this
Trying to
show.
gag your ass.
I watch the host of this show
Okay.
come home and do some
Uh-oh.
amazing shit.
He pointing
Some
fingers.
I'm an
amazing
amazing
shit.
person, man. I'm an
Now,
amazing person,
that's some
Amen.
rare
man.
shit. Listen,
Amen.
that's
Amen.
it's
Yes.
some rare
Yes.
shit.
Gang,
See,
listen,
Listen,
check this out.
gang,
Listen, bro,
gang.
listen. Sure enough, you see him doing some amazing shit, but still, mentally, that nigga
he
still is a
fucked up,
fucking
but he was
animal.
fucked
Like,
up when he went in there too,
like,
though.
bro. Like, on some real
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Nigga,
yeah.
once you get locked up for so long, bro, you got a
I
motherfucker
agree with that,
shit,
though.
eat, or sleep.
I agree with all
Bro,
that.
it changed you,
Absolutely.
bro.
T,
I agree
T,
with
what
all
you
that.
don't, what you, T, what you
100%
don't
100%.
understand
I
is
agree with
it
all that.
does rob a person of their potential in society. And just because you see me, listen,
It's
a
changing,
lot of
bro.
people don't come out with the intensity I came out with, so they're
Listen,
not doing
and
it
I
like this.
know
You understand?
Very
So you can't pick
Yeah,
one person and dictate the group over one person. That's
no,
impossible.
I'm not. That's why I clearly stated,
then
and I wanted y'all
everybody
to
got locked
see.
up went back to prison.
Yes, and
I
everybody
could
I
have went
know
Hear
that's
back
me?
to
been
prison.
And
locked up
everybody
then
I
went
was
back.
locked up went back to
I could be
prison.
back in
It's
prison right
very
now.
few. It's very few
Exactly.
people
You
that
know
I
what
know.
I'm saying?
We could all be.
Nigga,
We could all be.
Yeah,
Let's be
oh,
real. Let's be
absolutely,
real. We could all
absolutely.
be
for
right now.
nothing. But listen, I do agree with the fact that it does rob a person of their full potential and it changes people's mental. I agree with that shit wholeheartedly. What'd you say earlier, Jinx? Institutionalized. I know niggas that's institutionalized. I know niggas that don't
That's right.
function well out here. They do fucked up shit and go back in there on purpose. Like this shit crazy. I've seen this shit in my life.
Yep.
So I do agree with that. But there are rare occasions where motherfuckers come out different and in a good way. Very rare.
I
Absolutely.
understand.
Very, very
I
rare.
agree. I agree. You know
I'm
what that
one.
takes?
I'm one.
You know
I'm
what
one
that
too.
takes,
Right.
I'm
though?
one
Look
too.
at this show, nigga.
Do you know what the
Look
fuck
who's
that
here.
takes?
Look who's here. Look who's here.
Nigga, I'm gonna tell you like
That's
this. Coming
right.
out of level 4 and then going to a level 2, because that's how they dropped me. I went from a level 4 with all kinds of niggas doing 999 years to a level 2 with dudes who's doing 6 to 8 months, a year, shit like this. Okay, so you got to understand my change and transition was really hard. It was really
That was
hard, and then I
culture
tried
shock.
to change, but they still wilding inside of level 2. So now they looking at me because I ain't wilding with them in a level 2. So you got to understand the different cycles, the psychological damage that it does to a person,
Yeah.
and it does ruin their potential. It kind of
You
kills
was
it as they're bringing people who come from a level 4 into a level 2, which is chaos. And you may not understand what chaos is, but when you come from
Yeah,
go
you
ahead,
have to
let me hear
explain
it.
what the levels
essentially
are.
what it
'Cause
is.
I've never been through these
All right,
levels,
well, you got
and it's a
different
lot of
types of
people
prisons.
watching
You got a
who've never
level
been through
5
these levels.
supermax. You got a level
Security
5
level.
supermax where the dudes in their jail cells is only probably about their arm width apart. They're inside stand-up cells. All right, and they're chained hand and feet. Then you have level 5. Then you have level 4. Excuse me, level 4. You have level 4. Supermax is technically a 5, but then you have your level 4s where you have all your murderers, your rapists, and all those high end criminals. You have them in level 4s. You rarely have somebody in a level 4 who's doing a year or a year and a half. Rarely. Then you have your level
Right.
3s, which level 3s is mid-level, and level 3s is it's still like being locked up a long time, but yet and still it's like almost getting ready to go home. You have a level 2s, which you have all your drunkards and your dope heads and people selling sneakers for cheap dollar prices. You have all that shit in level 2, and then level 1s, you know, that right there is a halfway house. You out, but yeah, that's how it goes right there. Anybody disagree
Okay,
with
so
that?
now when you
Am I saying that system
now
wrong?
I understand.
Nah, I agree. Nope, I agree.
See,
I agree.
Alright.
I didn't know what the fuck you meant. I didn't know what was
Yeah.
worse.
There's the
Level
security
3, 2,
levels.
4.
It's the security
Now I
levels,
get
and
it.
a lot of times, the more troubling of an inmate you are, the higher your level gonna be. So if you're on a level 4 and you act a nut and you catch a ticket after ticket after ticket, or you go into a supermax, your ass is going to level 5. You gonna go to chronic.
Yeah.
Yep, you gonna go to chronic, and they
dealing
gonna
with
put you in
you.
there with all them other
Yep.
chronic motherfuckers. That's it. Throwing piss and shit at the
Okay.
CO face and all that shit right there. That's where they do that shit at.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the
Yeah.
motherfucking
They'll add
toothpaste, like,
toothpaste,
how
shit,
you
and
know
piss
you
inside of a
taking the
mixture
time
and wait and
energy
talk
to
to that CO.
yo,
When he talking, as soon
fucking
as he open his mouth,
toothpaste.
boo, hit that
Yeah,
nigga right in his fucking face with
line,
that shit.
shoot that
That's how they
nigga.
do it.
What?
Yeah, that right there is how they do
Crazy.
it. But anyway,
Crazy shit.
Now that's the
I
psychological
seen them
shit
niggas.
that changes people when
I
the
done
fuck
seen them
they
niggas
in
throw
there.
that shit when they get their chop
that's
plate.
how it go. That's some real
Hell
shit. That's
yeah.
some real shit. I want to know. Yeah, go
I don't
ahead.
care. I don't care. Go ahead.
What, Jinx? What?
No,
I want to
no,
hear
no,
what you
no.
guys
Go ahead.
say. Okay, all right then. I
Nah,
want to
it's all
know
good. Go ahead.
Say that shit.
what is the worst thing you guys have ever seen an inmate do to another inmate in prison, and this is how we gonna end this show.
I can't answer this.
Oh,
Oh, if you ever
I'm
seen a
listening.
prison
Get
fight,
stabbed
you can
in the
answer it.
jaw, nigga. See that nigga get stabbed to death. That's the worst thing I seen.
True indeed.
Like
True indeed.
they
True
stalk
indeed.
that nigga.
True indeed.
50 times.
True indeed. I seen that too, but that's not the horror. Go ahead, Jakes.
I've seen some gay for the stay situation turn into a bitch
Ooh.
hanging herself.
That right there, sitting inside of
Yeah.
a block where somebody just hang themselves in a block and everybody could see it. That's a
Yo,
different.
I-
That's a different. That's something different. That's
That's
something different.
great.
People
Yo,
don't normally see. I actually seen what? Go ahead.
at that time I was a porter and I
Motherfucker,
found
me
shorty.
getting
Like that shit changed my life. For real.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ouch, that was ugly.
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah,
still
that's trauma. That's trauma in itself. Seeing
Yeah.
something like that, that's trauma in itself. I seen a dude boil some water mixed with baby
Yeah.
oil inside the water,
Oh,
and then
yes.
no,
No,
he
you gotta
he
put
he
sugar.
put baby
Sugar.
oil, and then he put water, and there was a lot of baby oil inside this shit, and he put it and boiled it inside a hot pot. And then after he
not
boiled it
Jake
inside the
sitting
hot
here
pot,
giving
there was some
giving
guys
pointers.
playing cards. There was some guys playing cards, and he walked up with these hot pots, and the dude turned around and looked at him. As soon as he looked at him, he threw that shit in his face. And I swear,
Yo.
at first the dude ain't. This is the horror part. Like I just got into jail. This is you guys don't know. I was like 17 at this time, and I just got into jail. I'm in Monmouth County, New Jersey. And I see this shit. I'm just on the block. I'm standing over by myself, and I'm watching everybody. And I see this dude throw this shit in this dude's face. And it wasn't like I knew what it was until after. But I seen the guy stand up, and he didn't scream at first, but then he kind of tried to wipe it off his face. And he was black, but his skin turned white, like the black, like he was dark black, but it turned like he was white, like. And then the scream came, and when the scream came, it was a scream I never heard before. It was that right there was something I'll never forget. That right there was something I'll never forget. At 17 years old, that right there is the first thing I seen in prison.
And be positive.
Yeah, but
living in these streets.
But
That's horrible,
on a good note, I hope you guys and your 4th of July is the best, and I hope you guys are
Happy 4th
safe.
of
I hope
July.
every one of you, have a good night,
to the
a good time.
order.
As you guys see, I don't do shit. I'm working 24 hours a day, so I'm behind this desk 24 hours a day. I love that y'all are out, man. Go out for me, have a good time.
Yeah,
And,
nigga, yeah.
And I appreciate y'all for showing up for another show, man. We here, man.
Trying to enjoy what's
Gag
left
order,
of this
man.
life.
We
Yeah, I
here,
mean,
man. I
gag
appreciate
order,
this.
man. I hope y'all learned
Gag,
something.
gag.
I did. Learn something. Always and forever.
Yes, sir. I see you, boy. Drop top low. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start calling you drop top shorty.
Hey,
I'm gonna start calling you drop top shorty.
Nigga. Hey, that nigga is no longer, he is no longer Big Tony. That nigga is now Drop Top Tony, nigga.
Yeah.
Drop top
Yeah,
Tony,
nah, he
that
ain't
nigga.
tall no more. He big top. He drop top shorty, man. That's it, man. Fuck
he
that.
drop top. You gonna call him Drop Top for short, nigga. Don't make me call him
All
Drop
right, that's what it is. That's what it is.
You gotta change that. You gotta change your handle, nigga. You gotta be Drop Top Tony for next week.
Yeah, but I love y'all niggas, man. All right. So hey, I don't know what you doing, Tony, but y'all know what I'm doing.